I'm holding my warm drink and reading a simple English story. I'm pausing when a sentence feels meaningful. I'm highlighting words that I want to learn later. I'm enjoying the comfort of this moment. Olivia shares her favorite animal and why she loves it. She uses easy adjectives to describe it. Members smile at her passion. She feels encouraged. He was exhausted after a long day, too tired to read, but he didn't want to break his rule of 1 English page a night, so he opened the book anyway. He read slowly, almost half asleep, but he read. That night taught him something. Discipline grows when motivation doesn't show up. The next morning, he felt strangely proud, and from then on, he trusted himself more. His English improved not because he was talented, but because he didn't skip, even on the hardest nights. His phone was always running out of battery. Instead of waiting idly, he started placing it far away and opening his English book while it charged. Those unplugged minutes became precious. Without distractions, he read 1 page with full focus. He didn't expect much at first, but over time, his understanding became sharper. What began as waiting for the battery turned into a daily moment of growth. I'm sitting in the hallway and reading a short English paragraph. I'm checking the vocabulary I learned last week. I'm repeating phrases that I want to sound natural. I'm preparing myself with quiet confidence. Chloe wants to ask Ryan about the visitor area. She worries about pronouncing visitor. She asks, "Where is the visitor area?" Slowly. Ryan directs her kindly. When the staff told me in English that my luggage was overweight, I panicked. I didn't understand the fee clearly. She explained slowly and even wrote the number down. That moment reminded me that English helps me avoid unnecessary stress. I'm sitting in the shade and reading a soft English paragraph. I'm listening to the wind while I focus on each line. I'm repeating new phrases softly. I'm learning with nature around me. Jason plays a memory game where each member adds 1 word. He repeats the full list clearly. Everyone laughs when someone forgets. He enjoys learning through play. Lynn loves saving money, so she always looks for sale items when she goes to the supermarket. Today, she tries to use English signs like sale, special offer, and clearance to guide her. At first, her eyes move slowly across the shelves, matching the words she knows with the tags she sees. When she finds a great deal on her favorite snacks, she smiles and understands that English helps her notice good opportunities that she used to miss.
I'm holding my warm tea and reading a short English passage. I'm taking small pauses to enjoy the moment. I'm highlighting phrases that feel inspiring. I'm starting my morning with calm focus.
Thu is planning a small party at home and walks through the supermarket with a long list in her mind. She uses English words like chips, soda, and snacks to find each item on the shelves. Sometimes she repeats the words quietly to remember them better. By the time her cart is full, she feels that English has helped her organize the party more smoothly and confidently. Grace leads a mini activity for the club. She speaks softly at first, but becomes clearer with each sentence. Members follow her instructions easily. She feels proud of this new step. I'm reading a small English text during a short break. I'm letting each sentence settle in my mind. I'm marking phrases I want to reuse later. I'm appreciating these small study pauses. Koa is helping his sister, who lives abroad, by sending her a photo of his supermarket cart. She texts him in English, asking for specific items like brown rice, almond milk, and granola. At first, he feels slow reading her message, but he walks through the aisles and matches each English word with the right product. When he finishes, he sees that using English at the supermarket helps him stay closer to his family, even in different countries. He didn't expect much when he began reading English. Just a small step. 1 page. Nothing more. In the beginning, he circled words he didn't know, feeling frustrated by how many circles filled the page. But he kept going. Slowly, the circles became fewer. The sentences became clearer. And one afternoon, he realized he had read a full page without marking anything. It wasn't magic. It was persistence. A tiny step taken every day eventually carried him farther than he imagined. I'm lying on my bed and reading a calm English paragraph. I'm slowing down my breathing as I read. I'm repeating one line that makes me feel peaceful. I'm ending my night with gentle learning. In the personal care aisle, Lynn looks at many shampoos and body washes with English descriptions. She wants something for dry skin, but feels unsure about the wording. She reads the labels slowly, repeating phrases like for dry skin and moisturizing care to herself. When she chooses the right product, she realizes that understanding a few English phrases can improve her daily comfort. Michael brings an English book on his business trip. He reads during free moments and practices difficult sounds. Being in a new place inspires him to learn more. Reading feels meaningful. Zoe wants to ask Oliver which dish he recommends. She hesitates over recommend. She says, "What do you recommend?" Clearly. Oliver suggests a dish, making Zoe feel proud of speaking clearly. Grace keeps a small notebook beside her English book. Every time she finds a difficult word, she writes it down and practices saying it. This simple method helps her remember better. Dark clouds gathered one afternoon, and winds began to shake the trees outside. As the storm rolled closer, he made a cup of tea, sat near the window, and opened an English book. The page he read during the rising storm felt intense, dramatic, and strangely exciting. The sound of thunder made his reading more focused rather than distracting. When the storm finally arrived, he realized he had read more than one page. He had lost himself in the story. Storms no longer made him anxious. They became opportunities for deeper reading. Grace wants more chairs and asks Olivia. She hesitates over chairs. She says, "Can we have more chairs?" Clearly. Olivia helps, making Grace feel confident. I'm reading a short English paragraph to gently activate my mind. I'm taking slow breaths to stay relaxed. I'm repeating one sentence that feels inspiring. I'm beginning my day with quiet focus. The bus stop near his apartment was usually empty at night. One evening, while waiting for the bus, he opened a small English story and read a page under the dim yellow streetlight. The quietness made every sentence feel sharper, clearer. When the bus arrived, he felt strangely refreshed. So he did it again the next night. Soon, the bus stop became his unexpected learning corner. That humble spot, with its quiet lamp and cold metal bench, became a place where his English grew silently each day. I'm walking through the park and forming English sentences in my mind. I'm describing the trees and people quietly. I'm experimenting with new expressions as I think. I'm turning my walk into a language exercise. When I got confused about the signs, I asked a security officer for help in English. My question was short, but a bit shaky. He explained kindly, and I finally understood. That experience made me want to strengthen my English for future trips. Henry wants to ask Chloe about a smartwatch. He fears saying battery wrong. He asks, "How long does the battery last?" Clearly. Chloe explains it well, and Henry feels more confident. English reading wasn't just learning for him anymore. It became imagination. One night, while reading a simple story, he found himself picturing the scene clearly in his mind. The characters, the streets, the emotions. He realized English was no longer a list of words, but a gateway to new worlds. The more he imagined, the easier the reading became. English stopped feeling like homework. It became a doorway to creativity. I'm walking slowly and listening to an English recording. I'm focusing on the speaker's tone and rhythm. I'm repeating challenging words softly. I'm enjoying the mix of movement and learning.